Have you ever overreacted to your child's behavior and, in a moment of quiet reflection, wondered, where did that come from? That sudden surge of anger, that overwhelming anxiety, the deep-seated fear, it often feels disproportionate to the situation. What if these reactions are not about your child at all, but are echoes of your own unhealed childhood wounds? In this video, we embark on a profound journey of self-discovery, exploring the concept of the inner child and its crucial role in conscious parenting, drawing from Buddhist psychology and modern therapeutic insights. We will learn 1. How to recognize the voice of your wounded inner child in your parenting. 2. The powerful connection between your own childhood experiences and your current emotional triggers. 3. Practical, compassionate methods for healing your inner child. You can parent from a place of wholeness, not from a place of unhealed pain. What is one emotional reaction you have as a parent that you wish you could change? Share your experience in the comments below. But first, let's gently open the door to your own past and discover how healing yourself is the greatest gift you can give your child. The wounded inner child and its impact on parenting. Within each of us lives a younger version of ourselves, a child who holds the key to our deepest emotional patterns. In psychology, the inner child represents the childlike aspect of our personality, encompassing our capacity for joy, wonder, and creativity, but also our accumulated hurts, traumas, and unmet needs from childhood. When these needs for safety, love, recognition, or autonomy were not adequately met, a wounded inner child is formed. This wounded aspect doesn't disappear as we grow up. It remains within us, often unconsciously influencing our adult lives. In the high-stakes, emotionally charged environment of parenting, this wounded inner child can take the driver's seat. When our own child's behavior mirrors a situation that caused us pain in our youth, perhaps being ignored, criticized, or controlled, our inner child reacts with the same intensity of emotion it felt back then. This is why a minor act of defiance from our child can trigger a disproportionate rage, or why their sadness can evoke an overwhelming sense of anxiety in us. We are not just reacting to the present moment, or re-experiencing the past. From a Buddhist perspective, this is a manifestation of our conditioned mind, our karmic imprints playing out in the present. Recognizing this is not about blaming our parents, but about taking responsibility for our own healing. It can be unsettling, even painful, to acknowledge that our own unhealed wounds are impacting our children. We may feel guilt, shame, or a sense of failure. However, this awareness is an act of profound courage and love. It's a commitment to breaking the cycle of generational trauma, to ensuring that our children do not have to carry the burdens of our past. By turning towards our inner child with compassion, we begin to understand the roots of our reactivity. This understanding transforms self-judgment into self-compassion, creating a space for genuine healing. It's a journey of reparenting ourselves, so we can parent our children from a place of emotional stability and authentic presence. Consider Mark, who grew up with a highly critical father and constantly felt he wasn't good enough. As a parent, he found himself becoming intensely critical of his own son, Leo, especially when Leo made mistakes. He would lash out with harsh words, only to be filled with regret later. Through therapy, Mark realized that Leo's mistakes were triggering his own wounded inner child's fear of not being perfect. His criticism of Leo was a projection of his father's voice, a desperate attempt to avoid the shame he felt as a child. By recognizing this, Mark began to practice self-compassion. When he felt the urge to criticize Leo, he would pause and offer a silent message of love to his own inner child, acknowledging his past pain. This practice allowed him to respond to Leo with patience and encouragement, rather than criticism, transforming their relationship. When you feel a strong emotional reaction to your child, gently ask yourself, what is this feeling reminding me of from my own childhood? Acknowledging the presence of our wounded inner child is the first step. The next is to actively engage in the process of healing, a journey that combines the wisdom of Buddhist psychology with modern therapeutic practices. Healing the inner child, a Buddhist-inspired approach. Healing is not about erasing the past, but about holding it with compassion, transforming its power over our present. Healing the inner child is a process of reparenting ourselves, of giving our younger self the love, acceptance, and safety it may not have received. Buddhist psychology offers profound tools for this journey. The practice of mindfulness is fundamental, allowing us to observe our emotional triggers and the stories of our inner child without judgment. We learn to sit with uncomfortable feelings, recognizing them as transient phenomena, rather than being consumed by them. The practice of loving-kindness metta is particularly powerful. We can direct metta towards our inner child, offering messages of love, safety, and acceptance. This can be done through meditation, visualization, or even writing letters to our younger self. Compassion karuna allows us to embrace the pain of our past without being overwhelmed by it, transforming it into a source of wisdom and empathy. The concept of no self anatta helps us to see that our wounded inner child is not a fixed, solid entity, but a collection of conditioned patterns that can be transformed through conscious effort. This is not about indulging in self-pity, but about empowering ourselves to break free from the past and live more fully in the present. This journey of healing can be deeply emotional, bringing up long-suppressed memories and feelings. It requires patience, courage, and a willingness to be vulnerable. However, it is also incredibly liberating. As we heal our inner child, we reclaim our capacity for joy, spontaneity, and authentic connection. We become less reactive, more resilient, and more emotionally available to our children. We begin to parent from a place of wholeness rather than from a place of lack. This creates a secure and loving environment for our children to thrive, free from the shadows of our unhealed past. It's a profound act of self-love that has a ripple effect, transforming not only our own lives but the lives of our entire family. Sarah, who struggled with anxiety and a fear of abandonment, realized this stemmed from her parents' emotionally distant relationship. She began a practice of inner child meditation. She would visualize her younger self, sitting alone and scared, and she would wrap her in a warm, loving embrace, whispering words of comfort and reassurance. She also started a journaling practice, writing letters to her inner child, acknowledging her pain and promising to always be there for her. Over time, this practice began to soothe her anxiety. When her own child clung to her, instead of feeling overwhelmed by her own fear of abandonment, she was able to respond with genuine presence. In compassion, recognizing her child's need for connection without being triggered by her own past wounds. Try this simple practice today. Close your eyes, visualize your younger self, and offer them a simple message of love and acceptance. What do you notice? As we heal our inner child, we naturally begin to embody the principles of conscious parenting, creating a legacy of emotional well-being for our children. Conscious parenting from a place of wholeness. When we heal ourselves, we become the parents our children truly need. Conscious parenting is the natural outcome of healing our inner child. When we are no longer driven by our unhealed wounds, we can be fully present with our children, responding to their needs with wisdom and compassion. We become less reactive and more intentional in our interactions. We are able to set firm but loving boundaries, not from a place of control, but from a place of genuine care for their well-being. We can listen to their feelings without becoming overwhelmed by our own. We can celebrate their individuality without projecting our own needs or desires onto them. This creates a secure attachment, a deep bond of trust and connection that is the foundation of emotional health. From a Buddhist perspective, this is parenting from a place of mindfulness and equanimity, recognizing that our children are not ours to possess, but are unique beings on their own journey. Our role is to be a loving guide, a stable presence, and a source of unconditional love. This is the essence of conscious parenting, transforming ourselves to empower our children. Parenting from a place of wholeness is a profound gift, both to ourselves and to our children. It liberates us from the cycle of reactivity and regret, allowing us to experience more joy, peace, and connection in our family life. It creates a legacy of emotional intelligence and resilience, equipping our children with the tools they need to navigate the challenges of life with confidence and grace. This doesn't mean we will be perfect parents, or that we will never make mistakes, but it does mean that we will be able to meet those challenges with a greater sense of awareness, compassion, and self-forgiveness. We become the parents we always wished we had, and in doing so, provide our children with the greatest gift of all, a childhood free from the burdens of our unhealed past. After healing his own inner child's fear of failure, Mark was able to create a completely different dynamic with his son, Leo. When Leo came home with a poor grade on a test, instead of reacting with criticism, Mark responded with empathy. He asked Leo how he felt about the grade and what he thought he could do differently next time. He offered his support and encouragement, emphasizing effort over outcome. This conscious response not only helped Leo develop a healthier relationship with failure, but also strengthened their bond. As Leo felt safe to be vulnerable with his father, Mark was no longer parenting from his own wound, but from a place of wholeness, creating a space for Leo to learn and grow without fear of judgment. How can you bring more conscious awareness to your parenting today, responding from a place of wholeness rather than from your unhealed wounds? This journey of healing our inner child and embracing conscious parenting is not just about our immediate family. It's about rewriting the story of our lineage, becoming the ancestor who heals. We began by questioning the source of our deepest parental reactions, those moments when we lose control and wonder where the anger or anxiety comes from. Through the lens of Buddhist psychology and inner child work, we've discovered that these reactions are often echoes of our own unhealed past. By courageously turning towards our wounded inner child with compassion and mindfulness, we can heal these old wounds, reparenting ourselves, so we can parent our children from a place of wholeness. This journey liberates us from the cycle of generational trauma, allowing us to be the calm, present, and loving parents our children truly need. It's a profound act of self-love that transforms not only our own lives, but the emotional legacy we pass on to future generations. You become a source of healing, a beacon of conscious presence, and a testament to the transformative power of turning inwards with love. If you're ready to heal your inner child and embrace a more conscious, wholehearted approach to parenting, then this journey is for you. In our final video of this series, Rewriting the Story, Becoming the Ancestor Who Heals the Lineage, we will explore how this personal healing journey can have a profound impact on your entire family line, transforming you into a conscious ancestor who breaks the cycle of suffering and creates a new legacy of wisdom and compassion. Subscribe to the Noble Wisdom Path to continue this transformative journey with us. Share this video with anyone who is ready to heal their past and create a more conscious future for their children. And remember, the greatest gift you can give your child is your own healed heart.